spineless work, and I've prepped up a little plan for a sketch. Now remember, we're just sketching. We're here to have some fun, and we're going to learn some more about how to work with some of the tools and some of the methods that we can go about with certain styles. I'm not trying to show you how to do perfection. I'm just trying to provide some examples of methods. So, let's get to work here. What I've planned here is the palette, and I've already set up a couple bright colors. I love to work with super bright saturated colors, but I know that's not realistic. We're gonna desaturate a lot of stuff here, and I've sketched out something of a character here, one of my characters, and I want to have a very low perspective. What I want to start up for the background is kind of a cloudy scenario where everything's like on fire far away. So we're gonna have the back here that's gonna be super red, and to contrast that, I've set up the paper to be a darker hue color, near black, but it's still green, just to contrast with the red. And we want that contrast to really show what black is to red. Okay, and we're going to work a little bit on the background here. Now what I have on top is going to be something of a glowing light in front of the character. So we are going to need to aerosol this a bit. We're just gonna mess this up a little. Fill that up here. Alright. So the best to do, so this is the plan. You want to set up new layer, get a gradient, transparent, super. We're going to turn that off. We are going to put an ellipse. Okay, let's try to shift that around. Yeah, there we go. That's the kind of shape I want, and it's gonna go like some other kind of lighting in front. It's gonna be in front, so we need that at the top. Alright, next, now that that's set up, we can go and delete that section of the picture. Clear, and there we are. So now at the bottom here, let's see, what you do? We need to really imagine what the skyline would be like from just over the edge of the horizon. Such a low angle would mean that the zenith of the sky would be around. Let's get some. The zenith of the sky would be around there, so we are not even going to see the horizon at all. We're aiming upwards, so technically that is our sort of vanishing point. It is a vanishing point. And that will be our main focus. We're gonna have the horizon way low. So we want to have, you know what, I'm gonna rotate this thing and work it from there. No, right side up. So let's just take a brush here. This is why it's important to have fun with your brushes and figure out what they do. So I'm down in this layer here. I've got that. That's not really what I want on my brush right now. Do I want this one? Not necessarily. Let's see this one. Oh, that was that one, huh? Okay, that's that. Blending. No. Soft. No. Dabbling. Maybe something more like that. Dabble. one has a sensitivity to that. And if we do that, that's not the effect I want. This is more what I'm looking for. Super. This is one of the brushes I've set up previously. You can even set this to clear. It's not going to do much, but density. If we increase the density, we're gonna get that, so it's more what we're looking for here, because we want to have a nice mixed balance here, cutting and carving. Alright. Back to this. We want some graying colors. Let's try to work some of that. No, 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 no. Get that one back. Oh, of course, of course. Wasn't thinking clearly. So, what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to add a clipping layer, and this will have that right there, clipping layer. So it's going to act like the shading. So we're just gonna put a little bit here. Me, 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 me. Okay, super. So, now that we've set up something of a color, I'm gonna clear this spot here. Clear. Okay, and now we have the sketch to work with. We're gonna turn that off. We don't necessarily need these at the moment, but here's the part I want to get to on how to work lineless. One of the methods is to just straight off use the colors of the palette. The line is still there technically, though in this case the line is the difference between one brush stroke and what's not a brush stroke. It's the fine line between what you drew and what wasn't. So here what the line is not that center part, but the edge of it. That is the line of lineless work. Alright, for this character, we're going to set up just a general palette. And we're going to use the Millipen or filler or whatever. And I've got his ears bending out this way. And it's good to have a base sketch. You can just keep your original sketch. so that you have a point of reference. And if you need to go over the lines you've previously done, you can just lock up the alpha and you can just recolor everything you've got there. Meaning you can also do shading work, shadow, color dodge, no, multiply. Let's get subtle enough around here. Not large enough. I don't need that. So that's pretty much how you can start to work on it. Get your size. Then you can pick that up and go back to your general coloring, unlock that. You can work, you can start off with cell shading. If you want. Let's get to this part. You can use the other like oil brushes and stuff like that. No problem. But here we want to start off with defining what the shadow is and the form of the body that we're working with. Make some elliptical marks that identify the perspective that you're working with. I mean, if you're working with really intense perspectives, so it helps to put a guide. Such as where would the pecs would be, shoulders, where would the collarbone be, it would end up being there, jawline underneath. That sort of perspective. We've got also to add the mouth here. So when we're going to add this, we can also adjust the type of lighting, duplicate it. Let's do dodge, duplicate, and normal to add something like that. The order is really important. So let's see. add the background. So lineless work is not that difficult. Just sketch off with the color you're going to work with or such. Let's see. Let's turn those off. Gonna work here. Now I can even add some clothes on top. If you're gonna work with colors though, you want to set up a palette example. If we have this color, then this color, then this color, and this color with highlights, then our first goal is half of it like that, and half of it like that. So now we set that to overlay, I think, and we are going to have some palettes here to work with. Paint. Don't follow Jason Gap. Oh, my bad. Over here. There we go. And that was for the blue. Yeah. And now that's the yellow. That's the first green. I should work with the reds first. Paint. With reds first. And of course with multiplication on top. I feel a city. Let's shift this over a bit. Yeah, that should be a good multiplication here. just go with this first and sketch over the character. And we've got some shirt here. Going to redo that with that. And edge that up over here with that. Now for the main color here. Very similar, isn't it? Let's use a marker here because I've got heavier lines to do, heavier filling. This would be his waist. So I need to put this here, this. Back with this. What else did he have there? Oh yeah, his arms go red, that's what. I knew something was gonna change. Alright, so we've got shoulders. And then when the arms go red, that'd be down here. Lock this up. Get those colors in. Whoop. Alright. Magic wand. No, don't follow adjacent pixels. I want that. I want erasure here. There. Clear that. Alright. Oh yeah, his nose needed to be red too. Go back to this. Unlock. We need now the blue tones for that. I'm trying to work out how the lighting would be here. Let's see. And then that. Actually, what I think I should have done is that I should just start off on a new layer, clip it, and worked those colors like that here. So that I can just blur that over. Whoop, that's a little too strong here. I need a smaller blur. Then this, I want to see through. Get the blur. That's way too close to that. I need to do it for the rest of his body too. Ugh. No, that did not turn out well. Well, we just gotta fix from that. Keep on working. No, I have the blur tool. What? I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. It's rice. This lighting is for behind. So there, that. Need to cover this way. So this is how one of the methods you can go about drawing lineless. Another method, well, is pretty much this, but a step farther, where you're taking each component, such as an arm or a head or an ear, and you're separating them through different layers. That way you're not messing up the construction. For example, if I were to just, let's say I try to grab this. Edit, copy, edit, paste. Now that's going to be a new layer, and that, boom, 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 clear that and that, and now I can clear that. So here you can now remove that arm. I want adjacent pixels for this job. There we go. And that up. So now you can go and add like the full shape right here, and just work on each individual shape. Let's see, because it does give a little more practice, and I do recommend you give that a shot from time to time. Let's see, now we're going to show the arm. There it is. What we can do at this point, for example, if we want to add, alright, and spray a soft of multiply? No, let's just leave it. Yeah, multiply. Multiply. Yeah, pretty much like that. And down below, same deal. You just want to add a bit more shading. Multiply. So there we have that, and you can just keep working like that way if you want. Let's see, let's try to blend this a little. Working out how to use the blending brush is kind of important, because what we want here is not lines. What we want here is contrast. So we're going to grab just a dab of that, and we're going to blur it off. Get it over here as well. Blur it off. Now that you have the contrast, then over here I'm going to use a finer blur for sharper change of dimension or edge. You want to use a bigger blur for larger curves. If you have like facial features and you really want to show like the edge of a cheek line, then you put a very thin blur instead of a wide blur. So here are the ears. I'm going to put a thin blur there and a wider blur here. There's a big difference. Super. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go check my video feed here if it's working fine. Yeah, it should be working fine. Hopefully you can hear me just fine too. There. So have fun with your blur tools and your clipping layers. It's really not that difficult to work lineless. Just start the sketch, like I said, in the color you want to work it in, and then just segregate the segments. I'm stuttering again. Alright, so let's put this on. There we go. Actually, I should have relied on this for my blue palette. Basically grabbing what I've got here and then applying it. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer here. What? Grab that. Apply here. Apply here. Apply here. Apply here. And shade. Pretty much like that. So that's just a little bit of fun. And have yourselves a fun time sketching a clip. And hopefully I'll do some more feeds and probably just live. Having difficulties with coming around doing the editing. Doing okay now. Done my courses and trying to do the job hunt, so that's part of my absence. It's pretty hard to find a job around here that can take me in. Alright. So a good idea, y'all. Stop! Stop the recording!